Now I'm going to actually calculate this residuals, because actually previously we have calculated only the estimated values. Now the residuals can be calculated by taking the difference between actual values and this. This is the actual value in log form minus this is the estimated value, and then we are going to take the scale. This is more important, because if we are not going to take scale, minus value and plus values are going to be cancelled with each other. Is there any difference between these two values? The cost. Enter. Let me check if anything we have done. This is the H36. Value is taken correctly, and then this value is fixed. Okay, and then F is this green value and this J. Right, all these values are mentioned in terms of the plus minus sign. Okay. Now what happens with this formula? In this application of log estimation, we have find some problem. I mean, there is no negative sign, right? There is no negative sign. So what is another strategy we can apply? Just if these calculations are not correct, we can do this thing in this way. Copy, and I'm going to apply this, paste, and then intercept, copy. Just going to apply here, paste. So I think this is a better way. Instead of applying log estimation, you will apply line estimation, and you will go after doing what? After taking the after converting all these variables into log form. So already we have converted these variables into log form. All these are in the log form. I may color it for your convenience. So first I'm going to take this variable. No, sorry. I'm going to take line estimation first, and then we have to go for this cost, comma, and then these four variables. And then you will put 1 and 1 close bracket, control shift enter. Okay, results are not correct. What happens? Line estimation, this one.
सर वो टी स्टैट भी सिलेक्ट हो गया.
Okay. Right. I'm just going to select it again. Yes, you are right. Actually, problem lies here. So whenever we are selecting this part, this whole area has been selected actually. Okay. Now comma is placed. Okay, control shift enter, and then we'll get the. Now the results are better, but they are not exactly 100% correct, because which sign should be positive? This sign should be positive, right? As I just mentioned, because this is the heating cost. So just like if I make it blue, then this should be followed this. Other two signs are correct, right? So in this model, one of the thing is that we got correct results for these coefficients are correct, but this coefficient is not correct. So coefficient must be correct, because this model is correctly defined showing the relationship exactly what need to be done. Uh, because just like the heating cost is going to be inversely connected with mean temperature and attic insulation, but directly related to the furnace age, right? So if it is not going to be connected directly or positively, positively, then there would be some problem in our either data set, or we need to recheck what happens with it, right? So you people can do this practice, and you can try to find out what is the reason behind. I'm not going to take more time for finding the reason. I will observe again, taking the log, and then let's see what is the problem, and I will generate the results, and let's see if there is some problem. I will mention to you. Otherwise, it's very simple to know that. Let's suppose after taking log, and then you are going to run your model, then you are not getting and the correct uh, this coefficient value sign, correct sign of this coefficient. Okay, what happens with the t value if we are going to observe for all these values? Slope is divided by, so luckily, or you can say, just to be realistic, this is not significant. So p value is quite low. It means it is not significant. So keep one thing in your mind: whenever the sign is not according to the theory, sometimes, or you can say generally, uh, variable may not be significant. If variable is not significant, you should not worry, because it means variable is not playing any role in the model. So you can skip that variable, or you can change your model specification. Just like after changing over specification, this variable become insignificant. Previously it was significant, right? It has lower significance in case of original model, but it has higher significance in, but this model is not correct. So I'm just not going to follow this model, because this model is not giving us the correct result, right? So its value is already low. I just previously mentioned that at least 5%, 10% even, it is not significant. More than 10%, close to 12, 15%, it may be significant, but not exactly. So same thing applies here. But these values are highly significant. It is not significant at 1%, but it is significant at 5%. It is also significant at even 1%, right? And slope is also significant. So whenever you are going to apply these values in the model, you will get accurate result, more accurate result, right? So your residuals are going to be reduced. So I'm just going to apply this model here. First, we need to make estimated values. So these estimated values are now going to be changed based on these values. Now, first of all, you will pick this one, and F4, don't forget to do this. Then second value will be this one, F4, and then third value will be this one, F4, and then your last value will be, although it's not significant, but still we are using it into the model because it is calculated and it is the part of this model. But if we are going to run this model again after skipping this variable, then it may be, you may get better results. But theoretically, you know this variable is important, so it need to be taken. So you will consider this variable and you will take the variable. Otherwise, you can skip that variable. So choice is yours, but you already know that this is, since this is important variable, so you cannot skip that variable, right? Okay, now these are the estimated values, and now you can go for residuals. So these are the showing the log residuals. So I'm just going to take values are already calculated because formulas are added. So I'm just going to take the graph of this data set, insert the line graph, and now you can observe the variation. It is the actual variation in the original model without taking log and at level. And after taking log, variations are going to reduce. The size of the variation, or magnitude of the variation, you can read through these values which are mentioned on the left hand side, right, on y-axis. These are in thousands, but these are only fractional values, right? So after checking, even after taking, if you reconvert this into taking anti-log, these values may not be so much larger, right? Even after taking log. I don't know, but maybe there is some way to take anti-log, 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 log, log reverse, log reverse, log inverse, right? So this option is there. Let's see if it is going to be applied. Probability, mean standard deviation, no. Log inverse need probability, we don't need probability. Log inverse, log normal distribution, so it's not giving us the anti-log. So try to find out, okay, what is the way through which we can convert this anti-log. At this point I don't remember exactly, but there is some way through which we can take anti-log. Anyhow, I will try to find out, and then we will do that, right? So thing is that actually log model is much better than a level model, right? In terms of making estimation and doing forecasting. Clear? Okay. Now I hope this is clear to you. I'm just going to take your attendance because the time is getting over. So what is the residual must be same
Getting
for
over
all
नहीं sir,
values.
already over हो गया 5 मिनट.
It's 54, 11:54, my dear.
Over ही है sir 54.
Right. According to the okay. Okay. Zaid Ahmed,
Present, sir.
Aiza Ishfaq,
Present, sir.
Bilal, Juveria,
Present, sir.
Ibhar David,
Present, sir.
Daud,
Present, sir.
Selina,
Present, sir.
Mohammad Yan Gondal,
Present sir.
Kashan Iqbal, Kashan, I think he was there. Zartab, Karamat, Mohammad Aj Khan,
Present.
Rija Nisar,
Present, sir.
Shoaib Khwaja,
Present, sir.
Shahzeb Khan,
Present, sir.
Nida Mumtaz, okay, these are absent. Karamat and Zartab Karamat and Nida Mumtaz is absent. I have find out your total attendance from the last whenever you have taken your classes and we start taking attendance on this Excel sheet. So before that, whatever state of attendance is mentioned is already there. I am just going to make it properly organized. So I just copied for a while. Okay, thank you so much, everyone.
Sir, excuse me.
Did you please?
Sir, will you upload the quiz on Moodle?
Mm-hmm.
So will it be on Moodle?
Quiz will be through Google Sheet. Quiz will be through Google Sheet,
Okay, sir.
right?
And you'll share the group. You'll share the link in the group.
No, I'm going to email you.
Sir,
It may be
time क्या है
shared in the
इसका?
group with no issue. You can click it, no issue. But I used to send through email. जी, Shweb,
Sir, quiz का time बता दें.
3 to 5. Most of the students, I think, agree on this time.
सर क्विज का पैटर्न क्या होगा?
MCQs and 1 or 2 or 3 short questions. One or two short question, I hope. It's a short
Sir?
quiz. Today's quizzes were quite short. Please.
Sir, Kashan saying he's present.
I have marked his present. Don't worry.
So, sir, for the assignments that you've given us, if there are any questions that we have a difficulty solving, can we email you how we solved it?
You may discuss on WhatsApp. You may mention on WhatsApp, and we can make some kind of arrangement through call or some other way.
Okay,
If
sir.
I can mention the solution or how you are going to solve through just text, then I will do that. If it needs some kind of discussion or the problem need to be observed, then I will mention that we can do it through some kind of Zoom meeting, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, Allah Hafiz.